Okay, welcome into today's reading. We are doing another little collective reading coming through. Seems to be along that same channel of the collective reads to do with that I Got You split end song. Just a brief touch on the chorus for those of you that are not familiar or only just hooking into this reading. It's in the lyrics, one of the main parts of the song says, I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. You can see my eyes. You can tell that I'm not lying. So this person, they may feel the need to overshare for validation or approval, or to kind of over-explain themselves. I think it's over-explaining themselves. So that you understand, it's like they want to make sure that they're understood. There is like a genuine kind of innocent quality to it where this person they don't want to be misconstrued. So even if it's really awkward for them to kind of over explain themselves, they want you to know that it's not coming from a bad place internally or anything, but there's definitely a lot of insecurity there with that as well. So I am getting some sort of energy here about clearing and grounding your energy if possible, if that's something that you could do. Yeah. And so some of you I was getting something leading into starting up this reading about having an adverse reaction potentially. And I don't know if that's to something like this reading or things that other people say, or to this specific person who is their energy is coming through in these readings, because it seems to be even if they're not in every single collective reading they're coming through, we are getting this same type of energy or the same person coming through in some of them, right? So just take what resonates. And yeah, some of you could be feeling self-protective, whether that's from this person or just in general. I think some of you could have potentially been on the receiving end of some yucky energy. And if that is the case, there's again a call here to cleanse your energy as best you can. Selenite would also be a wonderful one and wonderful crystal to work with if that's something that you are into. Okay, so I do need to say, for some of you, there is a different scenario or situation opening up here, but it seems to have similar themes tie in, okay? So there was a person who thought that they had you, and in that kind of thinking that there was a secure attachment or relationship here, I don't know if they took it for granted or if they just got a little bit too worked up or lost in the feelings of whatever it was that they're experiencing here, as if they weren't able to control it or keep a lid on it or something like that. So again, just take what resonates. But I am getting more here, so we're just going to keep going, and I'll probably string more of it together as we go. Some of you could have been left feeling a little bit defensive or distrustful after coming out of some type of relationship where you felt like you were left out in the cold or abandoned in some way, or this person or yourself, and just remember you could be on either end of this, made a clean cut off with this relationship in some way, and it could be a part of a transformative experience to move towards some type of coming together in the future, whether it's with this specific person or someone new. It's it would be transformative for you to enter into a relationship again at some point. Okay, so let's see what else we have here, because I'm just getting a few things and I don't want to jump around too much, but it's kind of what I'm getting, right? All right, what do we have? So this person loves you. They're definitely feeling a little bit insecure. They definitely thought that the connection was maybe more secure, or that maybe they were more comfortable in this connection than they should have been, or they took it for granted, or they just thought that you wouldn't leave or something like that, maybe they thought that it was so good that if you did put your choose to walk away or leave the connection or ever felt abandoned in some way, that you would have a really hard time cutting off from the connection. So you'd kind of be forced into like a long-term connection with them where you never really felt like you had a choice to leave. So that could be something as well. But I don't know. I do feel like that cleansing, clearing kind of message coming through. Some of you may want to do like a smoke clearing, whether that's like smudging of some kind or with incense or something, doesn't, whatever you feel called to. But it's like, it might feel a bit yucky, or it might, like something to do with like the smoke would be really strong, or the cord cutting effects that you feel afterwards could potentially feel very strong, or something like that, where you may feel a bit yuck after you've done the cord cutting. But then I think what you'll find is that you will feel less depleted later on. But just, again, you know, you're making your own decisions, just what's coming through in the reading. So now there's also something here about like a noxious energy that was face value, very, very good, loving, wholesome, but something that was not conducive to good health over the long term, and was essentially eating away at your longevity for the sake of a union. So, and yeah, it was like you would have had to self-sacrifice a phenomenal amount, whatever it is that you had to self-sacrifice, whether that was like health, time, attention, other parts of your life, livelihood, anything, or for this union, even if it would have been a long-term union, but it was really slowly eating away at you or poisoning you in some way. So yeah. Something about Christmas time could be kind of specific for this group, or even I actually feel like holiday seasons in general. So whether that's like Christmas time, Thanksgiving, when I say Halloween, that could be like, I'm kind of getting some of the more like, what is it, like the harvest festivals, like the Yule calendar kind of related activities. Well, so like Halloween, like what is it, Samhain? I think that's how you pronounce it, I can't remember. Beltane, all of that sort of stuff is kind of coming through a little bit as well. I'm kind of specifically getting flower picking, weaving, fruit, maybe not fruit picking, but like vegetable pick, I don't know, something like all of that type of stuff. Like a coming together of the community. There's that song, that old song, I can't remember who it is, if it's like Neil Diamond or Neil Young, someone, might not be either of those people, but it's the Harvest Moon song. It's like a really old song, and oh God, I can't even remember how it goes. Give me a second. It's like, come a little closer, hear what I have to say. And there's something about like, I don't know if it was like dancing in the moonlight or after the harvest moon or something like that. It might be significant in some way as well. I do feel for some of you, we are getting kind of like pagan-y, witchy, Wiccan-y, occultist sort of stuff come through. So this person could have some type of like tie into that stuff, or you could, I'm not sure what the confirmation would be there for. Yeah, just take what resonates with that, because there's a fair chance that's not for everybody. Okay, so for others of you, it feels pretty like clean cut, mainstream, but just a part of the process that you had to go through with this connection for whatever reason, and feeling called to take another card. So fire could be very significant for this group, and that literally could be anything. So I don't know if there was like a lot of fire in this connection, or if that's in terms of like needing protection as well, or assistance with grounding. But yeah, I wouldn't read into it if it doesn't turn a light bulb on in your mind or make you think of something specific that would be resonant. I would just leave that part, okay? Anyway, so something here about the connection that was probably very beautiful, about potentially like, you know, into higher doses or quantities or something like that, that it would be very potent or noxious or toxic or something very damaging. It's just weird. So I feel like, you know, sometimes these collective messages are going to be a bit of a weird one for me, because sometimes I feel like it comes through in really positive light energy, or like not knowing what to do next. Maybe it's all different parts of the picture. Just we're not going to try to make it look like any one thing, and we're not going to really know until we get there. So I guess I would just say, if you see a title pop up that, I don't know, do you feel called to watch the video, or does the title sort of seem resonant of your situation? There may be messages there for you. Otherwise, just kind of have no expectations with these, and take it with a grain of salt unless it's really hitting hard, I guess. But always, as always, use your own discernment. So yeah. I don't know what this is. Are you guys outside of some type of community or connection at the moment, where it's like you are not really involved? It's like not being involved in community activity. So there could be a call for some of you to, you may have severed ties with a community as opposed to like one person. And there's a call for you to kind of reinstate your presence in the community, or to potentially create your own community, but feels mostly like a pre-existing one. For some of you, there's something here. There's like a message about the village. It's like, I don't know. The village is sometimes like a bubble that we could live in, that we will never really understand what it is until we kind of leave it and separate out from it. And have that experience to then kind of circle back around and come home again in some ways. So, yeah. But there's also like a bridging of a connection or this community in some way. Bridging the gap. I'm just going to take a moment and see if I can get something else. Not really giving me much more, so we're just going to take more cards and keep moving. As I picked up this deck, I just heard gossip. So there could be something, this could be leading into like a bit of apprehension that you could potentially have with this community or certain people in it, something like that. So right now, I would say that the gossip is that you're unfazed, you're dealing with like money issues or something like that, or that you've run out of resources, even if that is in terms of friends as well, okay? Whoever these or this specific person is that are gossiping about you within the community, and these are the things they're saying, I don't know if they would so outright say it, but I think they feel left behind and that they actually want you back. Again, the reiteration of not having money or not having resources in some way, and potentially wanting to defame you to allude to a bad reputation. For some of them, they would actually, that would be flipped. And it's like part of the gossip is that they would be saying that you're trying to create a narrative around them that would give them like a bad reputation or a bad name in some way. And so for some of you, this whole stream right here is actually opposed. It's like the person that is doing the gossiping is acting very unfazed, is dealing with a lot of like, you know, money or financial issues at the moment. They definitely want you back, but they're kind of currently suffering from some type of bad reputation. So for some of you, I don't know if you called this person out or if you chose to, again, sever ties in some way, or if this is something that other people have seen what's played out and they've actually had some type of stepping back from their own connection with this person or group in some way. So yeah, that would be interesting. Maybe interesting for some of you anyway. So what else do we want? What else do we have here? Some of you could have had a glow up and this person's trying to say that it was like more superficial, or like, I don't know, they're trying to kind of discredit your glow up in some way. So they're trying to kind of seem like make it more accessible, as if it doesn't really matter. As in anybody could have that type of glow up if they just did this and that, which I guess is true, but it's not really about what they're saying. It's more the fact that they can't just be like, they can't just acknowledge that you've had a glow up and just like be happy for the fact that you've had a glow up or something. It's like it's like hitting something within themselves that it's like, well, they haven't had a glow up, so now they need to try to like tear down your glow up or something. Hard to say. But there's also something here where they're really like sad over the breakdown of this community, because I think for them previously it had like a really solid footing and foundation. They could feel like they have, I don't know if this person's like very stressed and upset and I don't know, what is it? What else are they? This person's very in their head. I think they're having a hard time disconnecting from the fact that they feel like they are in some way, I don't know if this person feels a little bit gate kept out of the community, or if they feel like something about this community would be very upsetting now. So I don't know, what is this? It's like 9 to 10, so it's like -1. They may not feel like they are enough for this community now, or they may have seen you as part of the like missing link in some way to kind of bridge the gap into this community. Like they see you as, you were the person who gave them entrance into the village that they were going to call home or something. So again, take what resonates, because that's not going to be the case for all of you. There's definitely lots of different messages here today for different people. But there's something here, it's like the step before having their own abundance is just like part of this processing as well. For some of them, it's like they're just sad that you have some type of community. I don't really know. What else? They're just telling me to take more cards. Okay, let's go. These and these. I'm going to take a bunch. I do think it's important to say that, you know, we're jumping around quite a lot and there is a lot of different situation scenarios coming out. I do actually need to point out for some of you that like not all of these are separate. There is definitely a lot of people here where it's like this person turning the cogs in their mind and they're just spinning different scenarios and different thoughts, and it's kind of like we're getting everything that they're thinking about or everything going on in their mind or their lives or something, where it's like they're just, you know, that's why there's so much coming up here. Even if it seems a little contradicting, it's because they're having these thoughts that could be all over the place or a bit contradicting. Some of these people could have seen you as a bedrock to stability, whether that was for their children or their kin, or just having some type of good, stable, safe environment anyway. And so they're kind of wanting that. Okay, this person, you or this person could be coming through in each other's dreams. There's something here about authenticity that is being highlighted, and a calling or a need to let go and allow a higher force to take charge for a time. There's also something about beauty here as being highlighted. So I don't know where this comes in, but we did have a mention of potentially about a glow up. There is also like a potentially challenging aspect to one person in this dynamics, physical appearance or the way they carry themselves could have changed. I don't know what that looks like. What is there? Something in the dark here that's being highlighted. So there could be an unconscious or subconscious patterns playing out in this person's mind that they may not have even been totally aware of until it did kind of show its true face or its true colors in a situation. And at which point they were kind of forced to, they were just kind of like whatever the emotional undercurrent or whatever the emotional body was doing here, they could have felt like they had no control over it and they were forced to let go of it in some way, like they had no control over it, and it may have felt like a force to be reckoned with. I am getting the words echo chamber come through, and I do need to say there's something here where it's like the numbers that we're getting with these three cards, it's like 23, 25, 27. So it's like every second number I think this person is missing something. They're missing key points every second step of the way. But there's also something here where there's something very consistent about this energy where it may be coming through in like every second reading, or something like that. But we'll keep moving. This person could have seen you as a person to learn from in some way. They could have once upon a time had like, I don't know, like a infinite loyalty to you or something. And I don't know. It might, that's not for everyone, right? So you could be haunting this person in their dreams. I did say that. They could be having like, it's not even nightmares. It's just like the dream that's not a nightmare, but the fact that you show up in their dreams kind of haunts them. It has that haunting quality, or they can't let go of it. They can't get past it. This person could feel like there's some type of interference or foul play as to why they're like excessively thinking of you. So, I mean, if that did come up, I would say it would only be people that, you know, did kind of delve into mystical aspects of life or something. But I am getting something about this person is attributing some type of loss to you. So maybe they are attributing you being the cause of a loss, or I don't know, like some loss they're experiencing is because of you. I don't know. Here we go. Finally got a card. Okay, so we have celebration, mournful, or joyous. Yeah, I feel like this person is grieving, although they could be watching you celebrate something. Even if they are celebrating, it seems a little bit more like, I don't know, what is this? This almost gives me a little bit of like a women's circle energy as well. So this person could be going and engaging in different like women's circles within the community or something. And if it's not women's circles, it could be like intuitive sort of spiritual circles. It could be feminine circles. I think we already kind of touched on that. It could be women's health workshops, even if it's not necessarily with the other stuff. There's something, so I would like, you know, if that's the case, they probably are female. But also that for the energy I was getting at the start was more of a masculine energy. So in which case I would say that this person is probably embarking on some type of aspects of like feminine aspects of their journey. So they may not necessarily be going to like a women's circle as per se, but maybe they are going to some type of meditation circle where they can tap into a feminine part of themselves. I'm not sure what that looks like for you. So there's also something here about them rebuilding themselves from the ground up and reclaiming their authentic nature. And I feel like this could potentially be the initial sort of start of their journey. That is, they are being faced with themselves. They're being faced with their journey. They're being faced with where they are starting out from. They're being faced with their insecurities, their fears, you know, all that sort of stuff, the uncomfortability of it, or the feeling, the threatening feeling of not having those things, like the initial stepping. I don't know, it's weird. It's like this person is being called to step away from people in some way, severing ties with old connections that are no longer serving them, mind you, just in case, you know, the energy has flipped here. That could be something that's happened. It's like a journey for themselves, but they may find themselves in a group of other like-minded people kind of on a similar path in some way, okay? All right, anything else? No. All right, that's everything that I have for you guys for this collective reading. Hopefully this serves you in some way. If this hits, definitely like, comment, subscribe, all the good things, and I'll see you in another one. Take care.